Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is about 20 minutes after 7 here. Uh, See what we can do is try to set this day up, see how things are going to kind of shake up here. We got some volatility. I think we're going to have continued volatility here. Um, we did have a couple of good earnings that came out, and we saw some of that. Okay, so Storage Technologies was a big move to the upside on STX. That was a big hit on that one for STX on Seagate. All right, so much higher now this morning. We closed at 579.03. It finished with the stuck in the middle day. So that was our day now, but moving to the upside exponentially, guys, up to $687. So it's 672 right now. All right, so you're going to get a gapper up into this area up in here. We'll see around $672 right now. All right, so Seagate, that's going to be a nice move to the upside. And we'll see because we got earnings. Now we got Meta tomorrow. So keep an eye on that one. It only takes one really bad apple to kind of set things off. So I don't know. I've lightened up the load here a little bit in the last coming days. The markets are just sitting at all-time highs. Iran, like I said, I think Iran is all priced in. I think if there was a rally, if the war ended, I think we'd be selling into that. That's what I think. That's my thinking. Okay, so looking to set up the day. Let's see what we got. It's kind of quiet, man. I gotta say. All right, so there's your Nasdaq this morning here, up about $72. All right, 72.25. Not much going on, as you can see here. We're 312 back down on the hour, and then trying to lift back up a little bit there. All right, so we'll see. We finishes with the inside day on the Nasdaq. Again, up about $68.75 right now, modestly, and I mean modestly, just a little bit better there. All right, we go to the /YMs, which is going to be our diamonds. Exhaustion risk big time here to the downside. And we'll talk about the futures there too. But as you can see, helpless over here, helpless, right? So SOS. Somebody ought to send an SOS for the Dow. So it's got to complete the final leg to get everybody back up to the highs. We've been through this before, folks. All right. So healthcare, better, but still kind of a little hesitant. All right. So I would sit tight. They're getting better. But we'll see if anything can get going. All right. So on that note, right, I talk probably too much about the diamonds. And maybe I'll just lay off a little bit here. We'll check them triple Qs, QQQs. There you are. Finishes the day here on the monthly. All right, as you can see here, there's where our month is right now. We got up to 664.51. That is our all-time highs. And we are 2-1 inside. So actionable signals coming at the end of the week here, folks. It's Wednesday. We got to get through hump day. We got Meta tomorrow. And then we got some more earnings coming here at the end of the week. We're going to start be looking at some of the Mag 7s are going to start to report. So we'll wait and see. If all the earnings come out nice and everything's good, we keep pushing up to the upside. I'm still a little bit shaky up there. on these all-time highs. All right, so like I said, kind of lightening the load a little bit and waiting to see what kind of shakes out. All right, so that's how I'm playing it, but I'm trying to just look to there. What today? What can we bring today? Well, we know that it's been choppy, right, on the overnight. You got the move to the upside. It was a 2-3 that changed everything, brought it back down. And again, this is just your 15 coming right back inside. So pretty choppy. All right, pretty choppy. All right, we'll see. We'll see if if we can get a day upper. As right now, all the futures are going to be inside day to start the day. All right, unless that's changed here, but I don't think it has. All right, so we are going to be inside day on Q spies and on diamonds. Okay. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, Seagate, big move to the upside. We'll see if anything can trigger from there. All right, a couple of tech names. Excuse me. A couple of tech names that are moving up this morning here, but it looks like they're already starting to pull back a little bit. This A-Lab has been really good. It's a nice month here, holding up very well on the month, all right? And you got this actionable signal coming off the high of forever, all right? So this is very close. We need to pay attention to these insights, especially on these weeks, okay? Because we're going to be coming in with a new week and a new month. All right, it's going to set the tone for how things are going to come into May. All right, and what is it? Friday is May 1st. That's May Day. That's right. That's May Day. All right. So we'll see. We'll see again. You got actionables sitting here. All right, so we'll wait and see on the weeklies. All right, I'm going to kind of keep an eye on them weeks, especially as we get that new month coming in. All right, quarter now is already a month in, believe it or not. All right, so we'll see what starts to bring with the spring and summer starts to give us. Typically, summertime can be kind of a slow time for the markets, but there's plenty of action to catch, all right, if you're looking for it. If you're looking for trouble, you will find it. All right, so A-Lab a little better here, just watching it as the week goes here. I was in this thing down here, and then we'll wait and see now. Kind of choppy coming back down. All right, so we'll see what happens with that one. Marvel, just really stalled out once it got up to that like this area right in here, all right, was this 163.48. I mean, at 170.84, it was tired, all right. So all of this move here now is what's created this month to come back inside here a little bit, all right. Still stout, right? Still stout, but guess what? Got an actionable signal inside on the weeklies, all right. We're going to pay close attention to those, all right. So Marvel, that one's moving here. Qualcomm, I think this one's still good too. I don't know if I want to be in them up here. All right, I'm two on week, which is better, but it's red. All right. The month is kind of giving it up on an outside month too. All right, so. Made that high at 160.50. How are we going to get back up to there is going to be the challenge, all right? So this pattern right here is not really telling us too much, okay? Probably break to the lower side at this point right now, closed at $150 even, and that's going to take, if you want to break that down, it's going to take to around 140, 144.06. And right now we're trading at 149. We're pretty handily inside on the day on Qualcomm. All right. Couple things we got. I got my big bears moving for me today. Finally, Big Bear. Big Bear, nice move today. 434. So BBAI, that's a nice one. We're going to be up a little bit over 9.5% on the upside, and it had a wonderful day yesterday. Kind of smelled it coming here. All right, you got an actionable signal. I like this one with the coming down, coming back inside. This one's kind of AI-ish, so be careful-ish. But I like the way it's setting up right now on the monthly with the 222 down, and now you got the actionable, and you got a really nice week starting in for the new month. All right, so this one could set up pretty nice. We'll keep an eye on that one. I don't know if I don't know. I'm not in there right now. I mean, I have a little bit right now, but if this starts to transpire and we start to move back up, we'll see. We'll see if Big Bear can get a movement. All right, and this one guy follows around with him a lot. This one's called SoundHound. This is another one. This is a smaller AI situation. 213 choppy, just not doing anything for anybody here. All right, so choppy until we get some kind of we do have the 2 up on the month here. All right, so we'll see where the new month comes inside here. You could get that 2-2 tick back up. Maybe you try to go back up to the highs of the year at 1220. We'll see with that one. All right, so SoundHound. BBAI is really the one that's moving this morning. Okay, Sophie Bank, SOFI, Sophie Bank, 1687 closed at 1836. We're coming down. They saw it coming, it looks like, with the shooter down on the day. Big move to the downside, not huge, but Sophie, we're down by about a little over 2%, coming down on Sophie. All right, so we'll see if Sophie can fight back and get back in there. But you got another one here that kind of took a hit too, is Robinhood. Robinhood's starting to get juicy, but it's still 70s, like low 70s, all right, for me, for Robinhood. And right now he's going to give us something here today at 72.60, all right. So watch how this thing trades today. We'll see how this stock holds. I don't think we'd be buying it today, but I'd like to see how this kind of finishes today. We'll see what Robinhood does. All right, you're breaking down to 72, so you're getting a gap down here. All right, so we'll wait to see what happens with that one with Robinhood to the downside, a little bit lower there. Okay, on a miss. That is a miss. Okay, so Robinhood, BBAI, Sophie, Hood, Storage Tech. I put all these out on the Twitter. You can check that out. Avatar, AVTR. This one's a little bit higher this morning. Closed at $7.86. It finishes with the outside day. All right, so 810 was the high. We're taking 829. All right, so we're going to take this 2 out here. Now the question is, can we expand from there to the upside? 862 would be the next move. She's hanging in there pretty good right now, so keep an eye on this one. I got shooter coming back down. Look for some vol. All right, there's definitely going to be some vol. All right, Avatar. So that one was kind of in the news today. There's a lot of good stocks today in the Gapper list. Take a look at them. Regeneron is a little bit lower here now this morning with the healthcare. This thing really crapped out yesterday. So again, I've been a little bit more bullish on the healthcare. All right, but I'm cautiously optimistic, and that's where I'm sticking with it. Okay, I still think that these stocks are going to get better, and I think they're going to be the ones that pick us up to get back up to the highs. Okay. So as we transition into out of that, we look into XLI. And we'll see what's going on. First of all, let's take a look at that XLV real quick. All right, so XLV, kind of crapped out here now the last few days, right? It's been down. It's been down, staying down, obviously. You get the actionable on the month here, which looks like it could go 212 back down to the downside. A little bit of pressure inside there, but hasn't broke that month yet. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, XLV kind of just garbagey. All right, a little bit lower here this morning at 143.30. All right, so just be super patient with me with these healthcares. I think we're going to make some money in them, but for right now, we're just going to have to sit tight. All right, so industrials a little bit better here, gapping up here a little bit. All right, so I started to see some of the stocks started to move yesterday. Cat Tractor was really trying yesterday, and it did finish with a pretty decent day, stuck in the middle, coming back up on Cat. I'm watching our stocks that we've been watching here, and there still has been no sign of getting into anything on Emerson. All right, it's just because the industrials have just been a laggard, all right, for the most part. So Emerson with the new month, we look for the 2-1, and that one's even going to be difficult when we come in. You're still going to be trapped inside that new month. Watch the weekly, all right? I like the 2-2 down on the weekly. If we can push this down a little bit more, maybe then we could set something up to get going back up. Again, when the group starts to move exponentially, we'll know when, okay? And do we want to get in too early? No, okay? You don't want to get in too early. Again, I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to chase stocks either, all right? So trying to hit that sweet spot is a little bit tight. It's a little tight, all right? So industrials, a little bit better here. And we talk about the big names. We talk about Travelers. This thing's been pretty strong. It's got the really nice actionable inside month here, looking to take the 2-2 back up. All right, Travelers is moving very nicely, guys. Full time frame continuity. You want to be buying this thing on weakness coming back down, all right? It did come back down here just now on the hour, trying to fight back up here, all right? So that was not much here, all right? Not much here this morning, all right? So Travelers, United Healthcare has been moving up fairly decent. It finally got out of this mess that it was in. All right, but she could easily just come down and triangle all that back out again. I don't think that's going to happen because they got a really nice stout month now, and we're sitting on the highs of the year right now. So that's United Health, and then Cigna. Cigna's got the actionables inside, looking for that 2-1-2 back up on your insurers, and then there's Humana. You see they all have Humana's nice, man. Had another 2-2 up yesterday. Kind of gave it up a little bit coming at the end of the day there. So we'll wait and see what Humana can bring. Cardinal Health was another one. So the insurers, we'll see. All right. Better. Cardinal Health is still lagging on the monthly. All right. And there's your actionable inside. So look for that 2-1-2 possibly coming in the next week. And we'll see if healthcare can get better. All right. We talk about energy, XLE. Now, Exxon is stronger again this morning. I'm in Chevron and I'm in an Exxon. This is XLE right now. We got the month coming back up on the hammer. It's just been a rough racket for the energies with the war. All right, so 2-1-2 here is a nice setup on the weekly. You should get continuation to the upside. Our next magnitude would be 60-80. All right, see if we can get that to keep going here. We got we got Wednesday, we got Thursday, we got Friday. All right, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. All right, so XLE, I like the way it's setting up here on the weekly. Coming in today, a little soft here, a little soft right now, 58.52. We are a little bit higher though. All right, 58.52. We're actually where we at right now. We did get up to 58.52 to the upside. All right, so that was a move to the upside. That looks like we will take day up on XLE. We'll see if there's continuation. Again, Chevron and Exxon are a little bit better this morning. All right, utilities, they're sketchy. They go, they puke, they go, they puke. I'm not sold on that group too much right now. What else? XLF. We saw that with Sophie Bank, and we see Robinhood taking a hit, coming down on the day on yesterday on XLF. All right, and down now with the couple of stocks that have moved down to the lower side. Let's see if it can break this 3 to the downside. I don't even see that happening too much. All right, but coming back down, we're going to need the banks. We're going to need the banks. All right, now the industrials and healthcare can do the job on its own, but you're going to need some support from that one as well. All right. So setting it up for today, keep an eye on this Storage Technologies. I'm not going to trade this stock because I'm not going to trade this stock, okay? 680, 668.92, just massive move to the upside. It's just nice to see if Seagate can start to trigger some of these tech stocks that have kind of stalled out. They made that nice move, they fell down, and now they're sitting there. All right, so the question is, they're going to get it going. I think Qualcomm's good. I think Marvel's good. I like that A-Lab. All right, Micron, a little bit higher this morning here now on Micron as well. All right, Micron, 528, closed at 504. But at 528, that's going to take it into the 2-day. 531.61 will triangle the whole thing out. But we're going to be stuck inside this 2-day pattern right here. We'll see if Micron can push out of there. All right, so they move, they make them big move, and then they come back in right away. Staples, Coca-Cola had really good earnings. It's backed off a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Coke got back in the game here a little bit. All right, we'll see where it's at right now, 78.05. Typically, when Coke gets moving, it will get more. It did get up to 80.32 yesterday on the downside. So this was a downer day yesterday coming up, and I see some hammers coming back up here. Random hammers coming up, but coming up nicely here. We'll see, and that's going to be inside today at 78.05. We're sitting right on yesterday's lows. All right, so we'll see if the staples can get going back again. Retail is not doing that great across the board. Discretionaries, we got Starbucks reported earnings yesterday. Better here today. Now where we at? 101.30, guys, to the upside. All right, 101.30. All right, if you want to triangle out, it's par 79, par 79 to get back up and triangle it all out. Can you give me that today? Possibly, huh? What do you say? 100 spot 87. We're already through there. Sorry about that. 101.47 here to the upside. We're going to be challenging that number right now at 102. All right. So we'll see if we can get to this sky, which looks like we're going to be there on the opening, and we'll wait to see if they can continuation to the upside. All right. That one, and then you look at McDonald's. It's discretionaries, all right? Inside on the actionable, what do we got going on here? Not much to talk about, 291 and change. All right, so lower here this morning. We're going to be sitting near McDonald's lows yesterday. So that group, again, the discretionaries, we'll see about that. All right, it's 23 minutes. I've talked too long. So let's see what today brings. Watch that Sophie and that BBAI and the Robinhood and Sophie Bank. That AVTR is a nice little move to the upside. Check out the rest of my stocks over on Twitter or X. I don't know what to call it, but whatever it is. All right, it's X, I believe. All right, so we'll see if anything can maybe pick something up out of there that looks pretty good, and we'll see what this day brings. And for now, be good.